It's July 2025, and someone had told me, maybe, I don't know, 30 years ago, there's an app, I don't know what an app was, like a video game in your phone, that you can tweak so that you can just deliver packages all day in your neighborhood from the big box retailers all day, not all night. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, but there's an app for that too, but for packages only till dawn till dusk. I would have never believed that. I don't think my mom and dad would have either. And although I've learned many different skills in my life, I've come full circle into doing exactly what I did the age I was, second or third grade, driving a big wheel up and down the street of my neighborhood and delivering packages, unbeknownst to the recipients. We were just kids, we put stuff in envelopes, but nonetheless I feel this funny sort of elation driving around delivering packages. Now, but I can only do so with a vehicle that does not emit any pollution whatsoever and costs me almost $900 per month in a car payment. I was thinking about doing this on some type of e-bike, but then again in the snow, four-wheel drive is much more preferable, especially high speeds on the highway. Although now, with all the cameras that they've installed, there's no longer that thrill unless you go into a more rural area or Canada, of being able to go faster. But I think the phenomenon is quite amazing how if you want to do that, it'll pay just about the same, if not better than anything else, unless you have a master's degree or PhD in the year 2025. And in regards to inflation, it is definitely not keeping up. Some of these trips, 2 hours, are definitely for $30 are definitely below minimum wage in the state of New York. But this is a but, despite there being no health insurance, despite there being no paid time off, you're your own boss, and you get to deliver packages in your neighborhood. You don't have to do it in your neighborhood. It's just kind of more fun that way. I don't know if anyone else has done this, but there are neighborhoods where you'd want to go to get better tips and so on and so forth. In certain neighborhoods where it's not as cool to park, but I always thought it's kind of to make it so that the apps are more conducive to what you're familiar with. I memorize roads like the back of my hand, as well as some parts of the woods and the forest, but it's quite amusing because as a young, let's say, when I rode my bike here the most, when I was a kid, there was never that many people in the parking lot here, but I had these long bike rides going up and down these hills, and then that became motorized. We would go in the woods on the back roads. A lot of these roads were dirt roads, so it's kind of trippy for me, because if you go to your hometown, it has that strange feel to it when you deliver packages. I don't know if anyone else has ever done this in their hometown. If they're not, I didn't live in my hometown my whole life. I guess maybe that's why it's so fun. But I spent a lot of time in my hometown living, and this is another one of those roads. There's a chip up memory lane. I can't go up this road without having at least 3 or 4 very vivid memories. you know.